新冠疫情爆发3年以来，以 OTLF 为主题的 Outstanding Teenager Leadership Foundation 第5届年度慈善音乐会，2022年11月26日在 Stiti Morus Stiti Verlina Coptic Orthodox Church 隆重举行。第5届年度慈善音乐会旨在为 Sick Kids 筹集善款。据了解 ，Outstanding Teenager Leadership Foundation 是一个致力于培养青少年领导力、融合不同文化背景青少年，并积极参与多伦多地区慈善活动的非营利组织。2017年成立至今，已共计筹集善款逾10万加元。
5th 5-year anniversary, as well as OTLF's 5th OTLF event. I hope you had a wonderful start to your day. My name is Eric, and joined alongside me are Ali and Elaine. We will be your hosts for today. If you ever need anything during the course of the event, please feel free to ask one of our volunteers or staff for help, and they will gladly offer you their assistance. To start off, let's talk about our event today. Brief introduction of OTLF. OTLF is a youth-led, non-profit organization that was established in 2017, consisting of a group of remarkable individuals who share a common passion for philanthropy. OTLF strives to offer opportunities for youth across Canada to take risks, challenge themselves, and improve the society together. Thank you everyone for being here today. Your presence is truly greatly appreciated, and your collective effort of helping sick children in our community play a significant role in improving our society. Now, let me give you a brief rundown of what's going to happen in today's schedule. Our event composed of 5 parts. First, we will welcome our honorable mentors to come on stage and deliver a few words and insights, as our OTLF's development is inseparable from their effort. Next, we will welcome our sponsors for today's event. Their effort and generous support truly help us make our events better. Third, we will be having our performances, and that's when you can sit back, relax, and appreciate these young performers. Fourthly, we will welcome a special speaker from Sick Kids Hospital to host an award ceremony to acknowledge exceptional contributions. Lastly, we will host a networking session outside in the lobby before we move on to our luncheon. Now, I will pass the mic on to Ali.
So we do have a special guest here today, the Honorable Rob Otlf. I'll give a brief introduction of him, and he will be coming up on stage to deliver a few remarks and giving out certificates to excellent volunteers and members. So the Honorable Rob Otlf is a member of the Parliament of the Don Valley West. He currently holds the office of the Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, with whom he works closely to ensure constructive Canadian leadership worldwide and to promote Canada's interests and values globally. Please join me and welcome him upstage.
Good morning, and it's wonderful for me to be here today with you. I have a much better view than you do. I get to look out at young people who are making a difference in the world, get to look out at your parents who have supported you in doing this creative activity, and looking at your achievements as you have engaged in what I think are some of the most profound and important parts of our society today. What you're doing is making a difference. You're making a difference not only through the money that you have raised, particularly for Sick Kids Hospital, but for other organizations as well, not only because you are gaining experiences that are fun and working with a team of young teenagers that are your peers and engaging, but you are learning the skills that will change Canada. You are exercising citizenship, engagement, creativity, innovation, and most of all, you're giving old people like me hope. Thank you. You're giving me a sense that we can make a difference in the world, and that as we phase out of our leadership positions, there is a generation of young people coming up behind us, maybe pushing us into new directions that is totally making a difference in Canada. The world is a complicated place. There is tension, conflict, and anger and frustration all around our globe. I get up in the morning and I read my news clippings as the Parliamentary Secretary for the News and Foreign Affairs, and I can get depressed very quickly at what is going on in the world. And then I think about the young people who are deciding to get engaged. I think about your faces. I still remember coming to the group and talking about how to do public speaking. I hope I'm going to pass the test today. I come to this group today thinking about the difference in the world that you will make. A little note to your parents. Thank you. Thank you for supporting these kids in making a difference. Thank you for your gentle, sometimes not so gentle, pushing to make sure that they get to the right places at the right time. Thank you for keeping kids busy. Not only busy doing gaming, or not only busy on their computers, not only busy on their phones doing social media, but busy working in reality with people, making that difference. Sometimes I'm sure you are looking at the world and wondering whether what you do makes a difference. Believe me, it does. It does to the money you raise, it does to the look on your face, it does to the engagement that you have. So, on behalf of the Government of Canada, on behalf of the people of Don Valley West, thank you. Thank you for your engagement, thank you for your hopefulness, and thank you for inspiring me to do a better job. It's very important to me. Thank you all. I'd like Ali Wang to come up for raising over $1,000 for the hospital district children. Andy Song. And Blair Wang, again for raising over $1,000. Elaine Zhu. Eric Zhu. Grace Wang. Ivy Zhang. Jaihui Hu. Leo Wu. Mary Mai. And you get the award for running in traffic too.
Sabrina Wu. Victoria Zhang. Selena Su. Terry Wu. Rain Tang. There's two here, Shiloh Liu and Willow Liu. This is the next generation. Ray Lee. Oscar Liu. And Bob Liu.
My friends, ladies and gentlemen, it's truly a great pleasure to be here again for the OTLF award presentation to our young people. I want to echo what my good friend, Dr. Rob Otlf already mentioned, that, you know, young people are our future. They are the future of our wonderful country, Canada. Investments in our young people is the best investment we as a country, we as a society, as a community, and also parents can make in our life. I want to thank parents for supporting their children, supporting the youth, supporting the future of our country. And also I want to extend my warmest congratulations on the recipients of the OTLF award. So thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Enjoy the event. Thank you.
Dr. John McCallum is a former Canadian politician. He has served as the Canadian ambassador to China, which means that he has this really story in just, Canadian relationship. So I'll welcome him upstage and share a few remarks.
Thank you and good morning, everybody. I'm delighted to be here to speak to you again. Now, as Reza said, the youth is the future, but I would say the youth is actually the present. And I want to give you an example, a recent example in real history of where the youth made a huge difference to the outcome. And I'm talking about the United States' recent elections, which happened just a couple of weeks ago, and where all the indications are that the young people, what they call Generation Z or Generation Z, came out in big numbers and made a critical difference to the outcome. And this was important because midterm elections, we don't normally think about that often, but this time in the United States there were a lot of people worried about the future of democracy itself, that there were a lot of election deniers and Donald Trump trying to win seats. And normally what happens in the United States is in the midterm elections, after a new president is elected, the president's party normally loses a lot of seats in Congress. So a lot of people were expecting what they call a red wave, that the Republicans would take over the Senate and would get a huge majority in the House, so that the Republican Party would control the Congress, and people were worried about what that might imply for the future of democracy. But the youth saved the day. The youth saved the day because what happened was that they came out in big numbers and they supported the Democratic Party overwhelmingly. I think the young people, the Generation Z who were white, supported the Democratic Party in big numbers, and non-white Generation Z supported them in huge numbers. And they came out to vote, and the verdict was in, and there was no red wave. The Democrats kept control of the Senate, and they lost the House, but only by a handful of seats rather than the 30 or 40 or 50 that had been expected. And so it's interesting to ask why the young, and it's not because they're so partisan. If you ask the young Americans, age 18 to 25, do you support Republicans or Democrats? About a quarter said Republicans, a quarter said Democrats, and the rest didn't know or didn't care. So they didn't vote on party lines. They voted on issues. And it was the issues that really drove them out to vote in strong numbers for the Democrats. And the issues were, one, climate change, and the Democrats were way stronger on climate change. Two, democracy. They voted strongly against election deniers and other people who would try to subvert US democracy. And three, abortion protection. That was a big issue in the United States, which drove the votes of some of the young people. So they were issues-based rather than party-based. And I think some people are saying that the young people in the United States might help to make politics less polarized, because they're not ardent Republicans, ardent Democrats, but they're concerned about issues that matter to them. And so I think that's a perfect way to do politics. And I think that one example from south of us might have implications for all of you. So I am not in politics anymore. I'm not telling you when you get to vote. Some of you aren't old enough, but when you do, I'm not telling you vote Liberal, vote Conservative, vote New Democrat, or whatever. I'm just saying vote. And think in advance why you are voting for who you are voting for. Because I think that example from south of the border from just a couple of weeks ago illustrates the point that young people don't have to wait till tomorrow to have an influence. They can have an influence today. And I think what happened recently in the United States can also happen in Canada and in other countries around the world. So there's a concrete example for you, and thank you all very much.
Next, I welcome Dr. Bradley Gooders. He is an internationally recognized cancer researcher, and he is currently the Vice Principal of Science Network for University Health Network. Welcome off stage for a short remark.
Thank you, and first of all, let me congratulate all of you on your 5th anniversary of the OTLF. It's important to celebrate milestones like this today and to also look back and think about the impact that you've had through the efforts that you've made over the last 5 years. And it's always inspirational to see groups of people like you, the youth, the teenagers, your families, the other mentors here, that are already participating in society and thinking about our future. And as you heard from the other leaders this morning, it really is that inspirational idea that you represent the future and are thinking about the future and are already participating to help us create it. And I have the fortune to lead the research arm of an extraordinary organization, the University Health Network. It's one of a group of amazing hospitals that we have here in the city, including Sick Kids, University of Toronto, and several others. And what makes our organization special is that not only are there amazing caregivers and doctors and nurses that are taking care of patients there every day, and we've seen how important that is over the last 3 years with these hospitals facing new waves of COVID, backlogs in surgeries now, and the challenges in our healthcare system. But all of those organizations also make equal commitments to thinking about the future, just like you are. And they do that through commitments to research and the development of new therapies and new approaches to health, so that when patients get sick in the future, they will have new options. And Toronto, the University Health Network, our amazing hospitals have a rich history of doing that. It was 100 years ago that the first patient came over to Toronto General Hospital and received insulin, the first real effective therapy for diabetes. Today, researchers in our hospital are working on that. They're developing stem cells that could potentially cure diabetes, not only not having to treat it, but really to cure it. And we have many, many kinds of examples like that. And I want to personally thank you for the work that you did over the last couple of years and which you continue to do now in thinking about that community and that research as part of our future and part of a better future together. I know that the funds you raised actually helped out during COVID. The funds that you're raising for sick kids today are going to help the challenges we have in our healthcare system, but also to fuel that new kinds of research. So thanks for the invitation today. I'm extremely impressed by all of the work you've done, and I look forward to participating in the celebrations and concert today. Thank you.
So on behalf of everyone at OTLF, I want to express our gratitude towards our general sponsors and partners for their generous donations, and special thank you to our title sponsor, JO Construction, and environment sponsor, Otlf Financial. I would like to welcome JO Construction to share their insights about it.
我们很高兴接到这个 OTLF 的这种邀请，然后在这个5周年的庆典上，然后来参加。我们非常愿意和在座的各位，一同为 OTLF 的这个慈善事业做出更大的发展。今天呢，我们来到了现场，看到了各界的同仁，认识了很多的这种新老朋友。然后呢，我们希望JY Construction 呢能够为大家做出更好的服务，能够为 OTLF 的这个 OTLF 的这种慈善事业做出更多的贡献。谢谢大家。
Thank you very much again to all our donations from our sponsors and donors. We cannot succeed without your support, and we look forward to prosperous future together. Now I'll pass the mic to Elaine for the performance.
Hello everyone. So as you've all been waiting for, the performances. All these wonderful, talented young individuals have practiced extremely hard. So please let's give our full attention to these wonderful performances. So our first performer today is Miss Yu Tong Liu with a traditional, iconic Chinese song called 茉莉花, or in English, Jasmine Flower. Let's welcome her to the stage.
第5届年度慈善音乐为病童医院筹款活动当天，青年女高音歌唱家刘雨桐以一首大家耳熟能详的中文歌曲《茉莉花》为音乐会拉开帷幕。 整场音乐会演出形式丰富多彩，有 K-pop dance、笛子、钢琴合奏、中国舞等，来自大多地区10余个青少年演出机构及个人，为400余名社会各界人士奉献了一场别开生面、精彩纷呈的高水准演出。最后一首经典歌曲 You Raise Me Up 完美演绎了本场慈善音乐会的主题，现场掌声雷动，将整个音乐会推向了高潮。据主办方 Outstanding Teenager Leadership Foundation 介绍，本次音乐会共为 Sick Kids 筹集善款15200加元。此举也表明，从个人行善到群体募捐，越来越多的海外华人及企业怀着回馈社会的理念，积极投身慈善公益活动。Outstanding Teenager Leadership Foundation 导师委员会主席、安省前科技部部长兼高等教育部部长 Dr. Reza Moridi、Outstanding Teenager Leadership Foundation 导师委员会导师、前驻华大使 Han Dr. John M.C. Callum、国会议员 Han Rob Oliphant 出席当天音乐会并发表讲话。加拿大总督 Her Excellency the Right Honourable Mary Simon、安省省督 Her Honour Elizabeth Dowdeswell 以及安省省长 Doug Ford 专程发来贺信，祝贺此次 All for Love 慈善音乐会取得圆满成功。
Thank 5 special volunteers. So in this category, among all the volunteers, I believe there's almost 60 of them. We've chosen and handpicked 5 volunteers who really went above and beyond in their volunteer work. And we'd like to invite all of them up on the stage for a photo. And I also like to introduce them to everyone just briefly. So